For too long we've tried to tell students that they have to extract from texts, read them as a source of information, take that information out, and remember it or record it elsewhere. Often that leads to kids simply moving the data from the text into their notebook without letting it pass through their minds. What we really want to encourage students to do is to approach a text as a transaction, as a meeting of the reader and the text. And thus we ask them to pay attention to what the text does to them and to reflect on it, to look at the aspects of the text that have evoked the reaction, the aspects of their own history that have shaped their reaction, and the inferences that they can draw about themselves, the writer, the book as a result.
And the best way to help kids get to that point where they're transacting with the text more than extracting from the text is to start by listening to the questions you are asking kids. If you're asking them questions where all they have to do is look into the text and pull out an answer, then you're probably asking them a type of question called monologic questions. Monologic questions are those questions in which you already know the answer. So if you walk into a class and say to the kids, "So who is the main character in Hatchet?" there's not a kid in the classroom that's going to say, "Oh my gosh, the teacher doesn't know, let's help her." They know you know, and you're just waiting to see if they can extract the right character's name. If you instead walk in and ask them dialogic questions are those in which you don't really know the answer. You're waiting to really hear what a kid says. You're waiting to hear how that child is interacting, or to use your word, transacting with that text to create meaning. So instead of saying, "Who is the main character in Hatchet?" you might say, "From the part that we read last night, what surprised you the most?" Now in that case, you don't know what a child's going to say. And if a child looks at you and says, "Well, this is what surprised me," you can't really walk up to that child and say, "Well, no, that really wasn't his surprise. Who can help him with a better surprise?" Your surprise is your surprise. And that is going to be what helps create that transaction where kids are talking to really create meaning, not just to share a meaning they think you're looking for. So when you're working with kids, remember that our goal is to help them transact with that text and not merely extract from it.